slightly, or met, okay, slightly. And it says BBC and C4 to probe rape and assault scandal. I don't know what to say about this. I was thinking, what should I say? I was thinking, what would Russell Brand say about any of us if a situation, what would he say about himself if it wasn't him that was accused of this? And I thought to myself, well, he would say, keep your mouth shut to keep your job.
What would he say about himself if it wasn't him accused? Nothing, because then he'd be...
No, not him. What? But what would he say? What would he say?
Can someone get me a flip chart?
Do you know what? Here's the problem. The problem is, there's no way. It's a horrible situation. There might be. I can't even say there might be truth, because the way things are, we believe the victims.
You can see the front page does it exactly the way that journalists have to. The headline is a question.
Yeah.
The article doesn't answer any of the questions.
Yeah.
That's how you get away with it. You ask the question
which
and never say
which is wrong. Which is wrong. And I want to say
you don't know the answer at the moment.
And I want to say this, because I do know the answer. I know this is what I know. I know this.
You don't know
Channel 4 is state-owned media, and the BBC is state-owned media, and the Times is Rupert Murdoch. And everybody who's watched me on this show knows that whatever the story, you have to presume that the press, if you call the BBC the press and Channel 4 the press, they're lying.
But isn't the problem with that, though? What you've done there is you've done the platform version of an ad hominem argument. So instead of engaging with the point, is there something... Do these bosses need to answer questions? You've just gone, oh, it's on the BBC, therefore I just ignore it. That you're just not playing the game rather
No, they don't need to answer questions until Russell Brand has been found guilty. And then they need to. Right now, it's all speculation. It's some kind of piece that was on the... people have watched that and they've come to differing opinions. And so what I'm saying is, no, they don't need to answer any questions until... you know what? And who cares if they answer any questions? They don't deserve to be in business. The state should not own media.
Ad hominem again. Let's get back to the point. And because there were people who've made claims. Now they're anonymous victims. Yeah. But you are effectively calling them liars as well by saying it's on the BBC, therefore it can't be true. Therefore you're implying everything these people have said is false.
What I'm saying is not that.
Okay.
I am saying...
What would you say about it if it weren't you, but it also was you?
If I said this is what I would say. This is what I would say. I would say that I am in so far over my head in this show. I am a failed minor comedian from another country, and I'm like suddenly involved in this thing which is so important to so many people, and you are probing me for the truth.
I'm just annoyed because I had 20 quid on the sweepstake that you'd talk about sugars by now, and you've not done. And so somehow you didn't get into this story.
Well, you want to know something? I work with the guy. The guy's a vegan, and he seemed very stressed out, and he's been a vegan for a very long time.
Paul, back to the story. It's about, are there questions that the media organisations, some of which are the people who broke this, are like Channel 4, put dispatches on, and then were like, ooh, it's us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting from that perspective that he was the darling. He was the darling of Channel 4, let's not forget. He was the darling of The Guardian. He was the pin-up boy. And, arguably the BBC... He was the darling for them as well. So it's very difficult for them, but it's a very difficult watch all round. The thing I took away from the documentary myself was a couple of things that I found very interesting, actually. I think the way that they edited and produced the documentary portrayed women in a sort of weak and helpless way without any autonomy. And if they were put in front of an attractive man, they lost all will. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that of these